Common waterhemp is one of 6 weeds to have developed resistance to glyphosate in Nebraska. University of Nebraska-Lincoln researchers first announced they had confirmed its resistance in April 2013 after testing in 6 counties in the eastern third of Nebraska. Earlier this week, we talked with Nebraska Extension weed management specialist Amit Jhala to learn more about why common waterhemp has become such a problem weed in this state.
Because of 2 reasons. Number one, several populations of common waterhemp have evolved resistant to glyphosate as well as ALS group of herbicides, and these 2 are very commonly used herbicides in corn and soybean. So now, because common waterhemp populations are resistant to both of group of these herbicides, they are no longer very effective to control common waterhemp. And the second reason why common waterhemp is a problem weed in Nebraska is because of continuous emergence pattern of common waterhemp. In Nebraska condition, common waterhemp can emerge throughout the growing season, like starting from the middle of May until the end of August. So that makes it very difficult to control because they can easily escape some herbicide applications.
Resistant waterhemp is a problem across how much? How big of an area in Nebraska?
A recent survey conducted by Stratus in cooperation with Bayer Crop Science, and they interviewed several growers and crop consultants across Nebraska, and they recently reported that about 2.2 million acres are infested with glyphosate resistant common waterhemp in Nebraska, which is a significant number, and we need to consider this weed very seriously.
What are the options then for herbicide control?
Best option for management of resistant common waterhemp is to start with a strong pre-emergence herbicide that should have multiple herbicide mode of action, and recently in corn and soybean there are several new pre-mixtures have been registered that can effectively control common waterhemp. So use of pre-emergence herbicides with multiple modes of action is the foundation for early season management of common waterhemp in corn and soybean both, particularly in soybean because our post-emergence herbicide options are extremely limited. So use and start with pre-emergence herbicide is a very important key, and then later on if some late emerging common waterhemp are emerging, then growers can consider applying post-emergence herbicides, and they can also include a residual herbicide in tank mixture with post-emergence product, so that can provide foliar as well as residual activity for rest of the growing season.
What are the new technologies coming to market?
There are some new technologies are coming to the market. For example, you may have heard about Roundup Ready to Extend soybean as well as Enlist corn and soybean that may commercialize in near future. So that will provide additional herbicide option like dicamba based herbicides as well as 2,4-D choline based herbicides for control of glyphosate resistant broadleaf weed species. But again, we should not rely only on those herbicide programs, because otherwise we may end up with having common waterhemp populations that will be resistant to multiple herbicides, and we will lose some of our herbicide options. So there is no any silver bullet right now.
Where can people go for more information?
We have recently updated all the information about new herbicides and how much control they can provide for waterhemp and several other weed species in our 2016 guide for weed disease and insect management, and it's available online on marketjournal.unl.edu. So this will provide very useful information.